from around the globe. We are back for the race of the KwikF1 League 2021 on Formula 1, the Circuit de Barcelona. Apologies for the intermission. As you're aware, we've had some technical difficulties regarding the lobby itself, but we all appear to be okay now. You do have myself, Aaron, commentating alongside Josh for this evening. So here we are, hoping for a clean getaway and a few more than 4 finishes, and nobody doing a Valtteri Bottas.
That would be nice.
So whilst we do wait, remember Jack Hunter is P1 with Onyx Slayers and P2. Very surprised at that P2, but again, rapidly improving track conditions towards the end of the session there with the wet weather. Benji Kills in P3 and Chaos in P4. I've just seen Lee Wobb leave the session. And as we go, 4 lights, 5 lights, and we are go. Very nice start from the Ferrari in P1. There is a bit of argy-bargy with the Haas in the middle. Ferrari clear then at the race start. A long way clear. Chaos manages to get it turned in. Takes a position from Benji Kills. Onyx lays it down to 4th. And we do have a retirement already. And a virtual safety car, so we have a neutralisation of this race. As everybody struggles to slow themselves down, we've got a few collisions. Pew nearly got caught up in that. So it's King Ho with a penalty.
And Nathan and All met each other.
Ignoring yellow flag for Dan Haas as well. It's a bit of a calamitous race start once more. Looks like we've now got a full safety car, of which King Ho will be pleased because he can get in and get that hose changed. And I believe Nathan Newby in the Mercedes does also have damage to his front wing. Yeah, he's missing an end plate there. Well, what do we make of that? What sort of happened, and so be it.
Yeah, I think probably inevitable. If it's a very quick turn one, you know, there's a lot of cars at the back that are going to be vying for space, and evidently it just didn't work out for some. And I think a bit of yellow flag confusion for a few, and
well, Jack Hunter has maintained his lead. He made a very good start there. I think he'll be quite displeased to have this safety car, if I'm being honest. He certainly had the legs in the opening stretch. Was very concerned for a couple of seconds watching Chaos go down the inside of Benji Kills into turn 2, but somehow he managed to make the braking stick, and that was it. At turn 1 rather. He managed to make the braking stick, and that was it. Managed to get away with it. So a quick rundown then. Jack Hunter P1, Chaos in P2, Benji Kills P3, and it's slipped down to 4th. Lee Wobb, I hope, is back in the session in P5. We've got the 2 Red Bulls, 6 and 7. Quick Like Kimmy, P8. In the Aston P9 and Irony in P10 in the second Alpine. The person with a penalty remaining is Dan Haas in the Haas, car number 13. Hugh finds himself down in P12 ahead of Joe Hugill. Quincy is back, he's in his usual seat, car number 48. And Schizophrenia in the Ferrari, everybody is bunching up a little bit. I wonder if that's just the final sector. I can't see the safety car coming in.
Just the final sector.
So King Hurl then, he's on a fresh set of mediums right at the back of the field. He's showing some great promise this season, so hopefully he can get it together and manage to get through this pack. New front wing, new set of tyres, no penalty. Just needs to get his head down and get on with it, doesn't he?
They do indeed.
So from what I can imagine, it's probably a turn 2 collision for Ghost Sniper, our only retirement so far. I'll get words on him throughout the race and find out what has gone on. The field, Jack Hunter not willing to give the safety car any quarter, to be honest. I think he'd be pushing it down the road if he could. Bear with me 2 moments. I'm just going to see if I can.
Safety car in this lap.
I'm just going to try and re-invite a player who is no longer in the lobby, see if we can get them back in. It doesn't let me do it. He's going to miss out, unfortunately. Okay then, so the effective safety car is Jack Hunter. He's not leaving a gap to the actual safety car.
I think he's just
wants to get on with it.
Yeah.
He is. He's got Chaos right behind him then. He's managed to pull the gap. And look at Ben then. Ben is on the move. Ben is in P3. Will he be in P3 till turn 1? He is still on the inside. And Chaos shuts the door. Ben goes, he goes round, he hits the wall. Doesn't appear to have any damage. Has had his spin, but he's not full down the order, which is such a shame. He was looking really strong, very sensibly. Waits for all the cars to get through. And the battle at the front then. A Ferrari and an AlphaTauri looking for the race lead. On board with Chaos, the field still tightly bunched up. To the fact that we've just restarted this.
Jack and Chaos are putting quite a distance on the rear end of the field.
They certainly are, aren't they? Obviously Lee Wobe, as far as we're aware, is AI, so he will be holding people up. Won't be at full pace, it's just down to the drivers to get around that car, to be honest. As we watch on board with Rizzo then into the final sector. We do have a yellow flag in sector 3. Keno's gone round.
And Nathan.
And Nathan Newby as well. Safety car. We have a safety car.
That's unusual. They've all got going again. Oh, Dan Haas is retired.
Retirement from Dan Haas. Yeah. No front wing then on Nathan Newby's Mercedes. And Keno as well, I believe, with front wing damage. Ben will be coming in for a fresh set of rubber, I believe. And King Hurl's probably going for some hards then. Oh no, he's also got front wing damage. And he's going for another set of mediums. I'm surprised. I thought people might have gone for the hards and ran until the softs. That probably would have been my strategy. A series of unfortunate events then that we've missed out on today.
Well, wouldn't be a league race without it.
A couple more laps behind the safety car. Only 2 retirements so far though from the second race of the season. two championship protagonists down in 7th and 9th respectively. How many races is it going to be before they get it together? And there's still a long way left to go in this one. It is very tricky to overtake here.
So, Jack just catching up to the safety car now.
Yep. I have had word then from Ghost Sniper. The car in front of him, Keno, had a spin. And Ghost Sniper had nowhere to go. And he just hit the side of him, taking a wheel off. Very unfortunate. I see that Keno hasn't really fared any better. We know he's had another spin, but he is down in P17 at the minute. Looks as though everybody is all bunched up. And we've got King Roll in the pits again for a set of softs. Okay, well, an unusual strategy choice.
Yeah, let's look at do some fighting. Hoping he can get at the back of the safety car pack and fight his way through.
I mean, he'll make the back of the pack. He's only 13.5 seconds down. Obviously, he's got free rein to go as fast as he likes. Doesn't want to burn up that soft rubber though.
Yeah, that is true, because the tricky thing now with the soft runners is those tyres could burn out before the undercut on the medium runners becomes effective. And
Yeah,
then,
exactly.
and then they pit and you're lagging behind on dying tyres. So we'll see what happens with those.
I mean, he's going fairly quickly. He's only 9.5 seconds behind. If I was him, I'd be backing it off. I'd be taking it easy. You know the safety car's got another lap to go. You want to arrive at the back of that park in the third sector with your tyres nice and toasty. Everybody else is just coming into turn 1 now. He's only half a bit straight away. See, I would say this is just an ever so slight error in judgment. He's pushed a little bit too hard, unfortunately. Took a little bit too much life out of them tyres, and by the time we get round 2, the race restart, they're going to be cool. They're going to have cooled down like everybody else is. I mean, fuel isn't too much of an issue around here. It is quite a high speed circuit, but you normally have enough fuel to get away with that. Now we have a position change. Chaos P2 lead P3. I don't know why that's happened with the safety car. Just came up on the timing screen. Got to be expecting safety car in this lap. Yes, we are. Let's see how this one pans out then. Again, Jack doesn't want to give that safety car any room at all, does he? He wants to get on with it as soon as possible. Through the final chicane, tucked right up behind the safety car. Jack has gone. Chaos has managed to stick with him this time. Leeward lurking in the background. Chaos is going to make a move. Can he make it stick down to turn 1? Right on the inside, outbreaks the Ferrari.
Was outbroken himself.
Can he keep it together? Ferrari comes back at him. Absolutely incredible. Jack Hunter not willing to give this up. Certainly not without a fight. Chaos is still trying on the outside. He's always going to get run out of room there. He wants to be careful. He doesn't want to lose a position to the Williams behind him. Now. Just dropping back slightly, that's only the concertina effect. We've got a position change. Almighty Cheddar, Schizophrenia has dropped 2 positions, Benderkills has gone through. Down the inside, he's going to be chasing that pass. He will not want to be held up for too long on his soft tyres, that's for sure. Thinks about a move down the inside, isn't left much room, and he's spun. Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate for Ben there.
Yeah.
Cars all bunched up here.
I think if you're Ben now, you pit for hards and
Hope for the best.
Yeah, marathon the rest of the race. Keep it
We've got sector 3. Yellow flag,
Chaos
I believe that's Horrell.
Jack again.
And Chaos does go down the inside, he does not run wide this time, he runs Jack clean out of space. Very fair move, very clean, keeps it together, and watching Levo run out of front end. As the Red Bull comes down the inside of Rizzo. So we have 2 positions in 2 corners. There are some key changes. Key changes indeed for this race. Let's see then who has the legs. He does have the second Red Bull of Weirfon bearing down on him. And we do know what Weir's like when it comes to overtaking. He's very aggressive. He will quite happily just do the Max Verstappen and expect you to jump out of the way. If he can keep it together, that is, he runs wide up the hill. And here we go then, we have 5 cars right on each of his gearboxes. Chaos has managed to get himself a 10th or 2 ahead. And he's weaving to try and break that slipstream. And there's a penalty for Weary, that's taking him out of contention just a little bit. As King Roll on a 19.950 goes fastest. Watching Kimmy lose a position to Pew on track, and then Joe just barges his way past with a bang of wheels. That was very much, I will have that, thank you. I don't care what you want to say about it, I'm doing it. Does Kimmy have a problem?
Oh,
some damage.
big smash in the front.
Jack
is
Hunter.
off.
Jack Hunter is out. He's out. Another safety car. Oh no!
3 or 4 cars taken out here.
Joe has hit that. Schizophrenia has hit that. Kimmy hit that. Kimmy's gone. Kilo nice and clear. Miles behind the field.
Schizophrenia's got no front wing, but he managed to get through that and is on his way back to the pits. So we've got Jack out.
AD has damage. And the Alpine Onyx may have damage. As he pits. Please don't tell me Ben has more damage. And King Morrow. I hope that them two are just pitting for tyres. Onyx, new front wing, hard tyres on. Ben
just
medium
tyres.
Yep. It's a very unusual strategy.
Well, I think if you've got 2 or 3 laps behind the safety car, he's going to push them to almost 20 laps.
Yeah,
that's
another set of softs for Hull.
He's probably banking on another safety car. Fight your way through with some softs. Get another safety car in, put your mediums onto the end, and hopefully you have a decent track position, I think. So, not entirely sure what happened there, but at the DRS activation in Sector 2, Jack seemed to skew across the track straight into the wall, to which he was then collected by Joe and KwikF1Esports, and then Quincy was then collected by, I think, Joe's Mercedes been sideways on the track, and then everybody else managed to get back through with marginal damage. But four retirements there.
So to add to the realism this year, the league have decided to turn ghosting off, and it isn't just a case of realism, it's also a case of it's very unpredictable as to whether it worked or it didn't last year. In order to take that unpredictably out, ghosting is off. So if a car is static on the circuit, it is unfortunately static on the circuit until the game decides to take that away. So you do have to try your very best to avoid them cars. You know, sometimes you might just get away with glancing blow, other times it can cause big problems.
It can indeed.
So it's 2 races and 2 retirements for Kimi. It all seems to be a bit of a mess, to be honest.
It does, but you know, it's league racing, sim damage.
Well, this is what you expect, isn't it? When you are league racing with full damage on and you do not have ghosting, you are inevitably going to get caught up at some point. Safety car coming in this lap. The field bunching up once more. We are all together.
Yeah, Chaos is missing a end plate. He's saying that's down to a bit of ghosting with the safety car not being in the same place on track as him and colliding with the rear end. So we'll see if he gets that repaired or manages.
That is very unfortunate. As safety car comes in, he does make the move. Lee Wobb has got a better run out of the final corner. He pulls out alongside, Chaos squeezes in towards the pit wall. And Lee is ahead. Lee up into P1, then Chaos can't do much to fight it. Careful not to run into the back of him. We reflow on. He's off. Chaos is off. He's gone round, I'm sure.
No, he's kept it on.
Together, but he's going to drop down to P6. Craig up into P5, opportunistic move, but you've got to make those. And he drops down behind Almighty Jen as well, so from 1st to 7th in a matter of about 4 corners.
He got himself a 3-second penalty as well for going off track and reaching the multiple
Benji
warnings.
Gills down the inside of Rizzo. Can he make it stick on the exit? Yes, he does. Rizzo thinks about it going to turn around, thinks better of it. He'll be looking at Chaos and Ben also wanting a way past.
Oh,
Ben
Chaos
goes down the
Ben.
inside their bang wheels. And Hurl comes through.
Onyx is up in the background.
Wow, this is exciting. We've got a lot of moves here. Now watching on board Rizzo in the Red Bull, P10 as it stands. Through the final corner, and drop back a bit of ground. So we watch Hurl chasing down Benji Kills. Down the main straight towards that braking zone, about 60-70 metres. Takes a lot of the inside, gets a penalty for it unfortunately. Can be very harsh, can't it?
It can. Especially when the drivers obviously could be driving with different camera views. It can be very, very punishing if you're driving a cockpit car.
Yeah, I can attest to that. I've been punished on occasion where I thought I've never gone wide.
Yeah, exactly. What looks like an inch is a mile.
So I'm really interested in Benji Kills then. He's going to be catching up to Nathan Newby, I would suspect, who's got hard tyres on. Now I'm watching them. It's 0.4 of a second there between Murifon and Lee Wobb. at the front. Let's see, what can we do? Can he get a good exit out of the final chicane and the final corner? Can he get the traction down? He can, but Lee's also got away with it. Slight break in the acceleration for Weary. Has to use the battery, needs to try and get back up to the rear end of that Williams. And Kinghall is back in the pits again. So 6 pit stops for him so far in this race.
It is 4 for Holland.
Okay, then we move on to Pugh, who's right behind Irony. AD appears to be becoming a slight cork in the bottle. In P3 as it stands, gap is still the same at the front. Pugh just biding his time on the rear of Irony. Gets his DRS, deploys some battery. Very close to the rear end of the Alpine. Did think he was going to hit him there. Don't really know how he got away with it. But nevertheless he did. He pushes on. Downhill through the right-hander. Get it over to the right-hand side. Get yourself through that chicane. The exit is more important than the entry. Get the power down.
Weary forward up front. It's got another 3-second penalty. Going wide on the...
Runs wide. So
if
you're not having much luck with the DRS because Irony's got it on AD and makes the move as Schizophrenia comes up with the fastest lap on 19.671. Craig does think about it. Weary has gone round, exit of turn 2. Just Pugh up to P4. Weary dropping down the order. Does appear to be taking him a while to get going again.
You went off on the gravel.
And the biggest battle then is for P2 on track at the minute. Probably watching it on board the perspective of Irony, has a little bit of clear track in front of him, 1.7 seconds to the leader. He does appear to be closing that gap. And of course, the only front runner with a penalty applied at the moment as it stands, Lee Wobb in the Williams. And we watch car 42 through the chicane.
That's Lee with an 8-second penalty at the moment.
In the pits then, Irony in the pits. So that puts Pugh up to P2, Benji Kills up to P3.
Irony opting for the hard on lap 17.
Maybe he doesn't have any more mediums left.
AD doing the same.
It's going to be a good battle between those two towards the end. Got a yellow flag in sector 1.
Seems to be Onyx is off.
Yes, he's gone round.
Well, now we're up in the quiet on the other side of the pit stop, so I'll introduce myself with my Kimmy in the commentary box. James, nice to be with you guys.
Hopefully we can hear you on stream.
Yes, I believe
Would you like to run us through what happened from your point of view?
Yeah, very simple. Really. Obviously just came on the unsighted around the corner and there's a car on the track and nowhere to go, unfortunately.
Nothing you could do. 4 cars in one lap.
4 cars out, yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, it was... Some drivers seem lucky somehow they get away with this. There was a bit of a shout. Oh, we've got to spin around. Keno's round.
Keno is round. Shouldn't cost him a whole heap of time, provided he can get a drive out of this final corner.
He was just catching almighty cheddar there as well. I think he was pushing quite hard. He was only a few tenths behind.
He was. And Lee Wobb is in the pits. Serves his penalty. Set of hard tyres going on.
Chaos with another 3 seconds.
3 seconds. Lee then rejoins P10 on the circuit. Hard tyres on comfortably to the end. Still has some penalties sat there.
Yeah, so we served us 5 seconds and it's 3-second penalty for leaving the track.
Ben, 3 seconds for running quarter of an inch outside of the circuit.
And that makes it a bit easier in terms of Rizzo as well. He's right behind them now on the soft tyres, 6 laps each. 6 laps old each, I should say, and they're only 4 tenths behind.
Used to have the measure over the Aston in front of him so far. Let's see how that transpired.
He's got to catch him and pass him while he's got the tyre advantage, hasn't he?
Absolutely. There's no other choice.
He has to, because Pugh's going to pit shortly, and if he's not out in
King
clear
rolls out. This could be a safety car. It is
It's safety car, and there's the look. There's the look that Pugh gets every time, every race of every lead. While he's out in the safety car comes out, that'll allow him a free stop onto the hards, see him through to the end, and probably go into a race win, I should think.
I mean, track rubbered in, fuel ran down. I know what you and I would do.
What? Stop twice?
We'd put a set of softs on, wouldn't we?
No, I think I'd come for the softs and then go straight back onto the mediums and run from there. I don't think you'll do the softs from here, will you? Oh, having said that,
I think you will, yeah.
Yeah, you could probably
You'll have
comfortably
12
do
racing
11,
laps.
12 laps, yeah.
yeah, that's a very good point, yeah. It looks like the mediums are 18, haven't they? Yeah, you've got to go aggressive. But for the ones down the tail end, I mean, look, we've got, say, Irony, AD, Lee, all on the hards that will be wanting to get off them, I should think. Even though they just put them on.
I would suspect so. We could have a very busy pit lane. Schizophrenia has sped on the safety car there. It's an unfortunate penalty in P4.
Naughty, naughty.
So I have to say, I am pleasantly surprised by Almighty Cheddar.
Oh, very competent.
Running quite well, yeah.
The new American driver.
Kino back.
So appropriately.
Tricks. Bottling it. Softs for the McLaren then, as it leaves the pits.
It's probably soft for that top 5 there. Ooh, Cheddar's put the hearts on.
Irony is a little bit stout.
Deansman, Nathan for a softs. Onyx onto the mediums for the repair. I think he had some wing damage as well, didn't he, early on? He's certainly been having a tough time of it.
From his stint.
Weary Fawn not repeating his challenge that he had in Australia, whereas obviously he's looking to finish on the podium, 13th now.
Yeah, I was just going to say he's got a lot of pace, but he's really struggling to apply that on this circuit for some reason.
I think it was a case of attrition in Australia, wasn't it? If you made it out of the various incidents, you're in a good position.
Somebody needs to get him a white visor, I think. As it settles down then, all the cars catch back up behind the safety car. We do have a collision between Nathan Newby and Kino. And then I see one with Irony there as well.
Yeah, there was. So you've got Ben with 3 seconds worth of penalties, Irony with 5, AD with 5, Lee with 3. Schizophrenia's got a drive through to serve, Nathan with 5, Chaos with 6, and Weary Fawn with 6.
Okay then. Pugh in the lead, fresh set softs on, as is Ben in P2 and Rizzo P3. Irony elected to stay on his hard tyres, along with AD in P5 on Manchester Cheddar, put on a fresh set of hards. Lee Wobb has kept his hards on. Kino is on mediums, as is Onyx. They are a fresh set of mediums on Onyx. Chaos is on mediums as well. We're on hards, getting 2 positions in the melee. And Schizophrenia comes out of the pits on a set of mediums. They look scrubbed. As Nathan Newby, the last of the runners in P13, exits the pit lane on a set of medium tyres. They look brand new. So the leaders then coming down the hill towards turn 6. Nicely charged up batteries ready to go. Safety car should be in at the end of this lap, I do believe. So Nathan Newby needs to get his right foot planted just a little bit, just to get caught up. Craig is in no hurry to chase down the rear end of that Mercedes safety car.
Picking it up now, I'm very much looking forward to seeing Wolfie Vaughan come through the field if he can on the hards. As you say, he's got some pace in front of him. And Rizzo, I think, the right here, potentially Craig. In the 3 second place, I think Rizzo is willing to risk it all to make it his well past.
I can't see Rizzo wanting to stay behind Ben for too long. I can't see him wanting to stay behind anybody for too long, to be honest. He does just want to get on with it. And here we are then. Pugh has gone. The McLaren has broken the back of it. Look at him, he's gone, he's away. 7.5 tenths. Ben will not be able to catch that up before turn 1. That is for sure.
Oh, we've got Onyx move on Dino.
Nice and clean from Onyx. Gets himself up into P8. So we're with Fawn then. Let's see how he gets on lap 22 of 33. Currently in P11 behind Chaos in 10th, sorry, and Kino in 9th.
Employment goes now into the hit board of the meters. Ben's gone a little bit deep. Looks to make his way past.
A little bit wide there through the left-hander. Compromises you all the way through that right-hander and across the top of the hill for Ben. Took too much curb. He took way too much curb out of that. He's very lucky to not get spun round. He has put a bit of a gap between himself and Rizzo, however. Created the fastest lap on an 18.271.
Oh, he's around, he's in the box. He's hit the barrier. Gone. Just hit the final corner. He's lost place in there, but he's lucky to still be placed, to be honest. Had a bit of a tank buffer on the final corner of the curve. Passed out of the line, of course it, but just square on the barrel. From wing bridge.
Doesn't appear to be any wing damage.
No, that probably looks clean.
And Schizophrenia in the pits for a set of soft tyres then. On P13 currently. So Ben is still hanging on to Pugh. If he can keep the same sort of gap, he will get DRS as they come around into the next lap. Remember that 1 second is the magic number. AD closing up on Irony. Battle for P4 then, and Almighty Cheddar is right behind them as well, as Onyx is thinking about a move on the 1. It's all very tightly marked, isn't it?
Oh,
ooh, Almighty Cheddar's round.
Pretty much hit the middle of the tyres roughly on that. Okay, such a good acceleration, though. It's going to go past the club.
Yes, but he won't get any points for it. We're reformed on the inside of Kino. They do have a glancing touch through turn 1. Reform stays P9. Nathan Newby Chaos is coming at him. Down the inside into turn 4, they touch wheels, and he goes round Chaos. Might well have wing damage now. Yes, he does.
He does.
Yes,
Missing an
yes,
end
from
play.
right angles, yeah. Don't be looking for such a big... See a safety car coming at this late stage, can you?
I can see another safety car. Have a lot so far.
Easy.
Okay,
Gone past
Rizzo now
Irony.
lining up 7/7 of a second behind. He's got to probably really close and tidy through this shin, get the power down and open that DRS because Q is getting away from Rizzo to win this race. Well, this could be issues. Up of this down turn.
Look at the DRSM as he closes in. Ben goes defensive. Rizzo goes the outside. They touch. They touch.
Oh, they touch. Rizzo hasn't got that. Got away with it.
That was lucky.
He's
yellow
moving up.
bits
The
of
water's gone round, has he?
Yeah, they walk around, second one.
Curve below turn 2, I think.
Yeah. It's much to get
Hard
going,
time.
doesn't look like he's got any
Oh,
damage.
there's a mistake from Ben. Is he going to pay the price? He is. Rizzo's through. Rizzo's P2. He's got 3.2 seconds to Craig up front then. The chase is on.
Look, over half a second a lap. He's going to have to take out a Craig to win this.
Yeah, it's Ben well justified second place. I don't think about that. He's definitely cost Rizzo any chance I would say of having a run at Craig there.
Yep, he's lost the freshness of his tyres. He's probably used a bit too much trying to get past Ben, but he had to try. We've got Onyxen, half a second behind his teammate Irony. The two Alpines. 42 is the leading car, 20 is the chaser. We have DRS, we move out.
I mean, Rizzo's got to be happy with the start of the season though still, regardless if he can't catch him another 18 points. Craig scoring nothing from Australia after a late exit.
Championship, that's for certain. Ben holding on to P3. His teammate is 6.5 seconds behind in P4. Does appear to be getting caught by both of the Alpines. And
Yeah,
that's
a great drive from Pep there and AD, isn't it? Really, especially AD for his pitted. He's got, the hardly questionable choice this late on in the race, but he's got the pace over Onyx, and I think they realise that.
He did just pick up another penalty. It's on 8 seconds now.
Onyx is clear of penalties, so as it stands he's got P4. And there's Chaos with another 3 to add to his confounding misery.
Yeah, so that's 9 seconds for Chaos, which puts him very close to Almighty Cheddar, back in 12.
Onyx gets a little bit of a snap there, manages to keep hold of it. This could bring a run on from Irony's a long way behind, however. Don't think he's got the DRS there. Now we've got a yellow flag in sector 1.
That's Ben off.
And he's being passed, he's down to P7. P8, Nathan Newby's gone through as well, he doesn't have anybody else
And Ben's
behind
missing
him
his entire front wing.
to come round.
He's just throttling well. I feel so bad for him. 6 laps to go. But he got a flag of 3 as well now.
Yeah, that's the Aston.
No,
Aston's down from 3rd and 4th to back of the midfield, I think.
Why do we have a yellow in sector 3?
I think it may have been the only person who can see who's in that sector at the end of the lap. So,
Q then,
like you say,
car number...
score up the podium.
Yep, car number 26 Pew in the lead, in his McLaren. Looking nice and serene. Doesn't even look like he's trying. Went for a leisurely drive around Circuit de Barcelona. Rizzo then, holding stations,
Onyx is going to make the position off track. Taking the hard defensive stage race, they didn't look in the arm. And he got him right down the mark, and Adrian moved with the difference, so.
We're falling, unfortunately, picking up another penalty. Irony is closing in on him. Wants to make that move count. He's definitely got the pace of man on hard tyres. We're falling, squirming around in the traction. Back end of the car.
so
Not
far.
look happy.
Regular podium finisher so far this season. 2 races in. He looked like he was heading for the podium in the last one. He's had the pace in the top 5 or 6 and now he sits on the podium. For an overtake around the outside.
Can't say fairer than that, really, can you?
Not at all.
So here we are then, we've got a train of cars currently behind Onyx. I don't think he's holding them up, however, I think it's Hades cork in the bottle. We're Fawn is behind him.
I think that's Ben round again in the sector one. So.
Shame.
No, it's Chaos.
I
Chaos.
was going to say he's had such a good race. We're Fawn then, trying to chase down Hades. He has got the DRS on Onyx in front of him, keeps him alive for another 2
Kino's round in the sector 3.
We've used all of his battery, unfortunately. Has nothing remaining.
And this
Chaos gets him out of the way.
well out of the way. Very good driving.
So Weary appears to have constant overtake on. Whether that's
it's a graphical
choice?
glitch at times.
No, yeah, I think he has been using it. He told me it's 5% falling, yeah. He really wants to rely 80. I don't think he's going to open up the 9-second penalties that he needs, is he?
Well, AD has an 8 seconds, so it's a net 1 second penalty for Weary. So if he can get past him and get a little bit of the lead out, then he'll finish ahead of him on the track. He will. He will.
Yeah.
Second behind.
Yeah, it's probably looking back to irony, aren't you? That he's got 2 seconds ahead there on irony. He needs 4.
3.
Well, there is the commentator's curse, just congratulating them both on how well they were doing, and then they start sliding down the field.
Yeah. Oh, and Chaos speeding in the pit lane. Yeah. And the surprise is retired to witness. Yeah. B13, no chance of the point. Nathan Newby and hot into turn 4. How he kept that one on the track, I do not know. Watching backwards from what we were form. Nathan Newby is P6 with the irony chasing him down. Somebody who's still on the hunt.
The man from Sweden making it hard on the hard tyres for himself there.
Oh, Newby across the track again. Let's have a look at this. That's backwards towards irony. Thinks better of it. Just bides his time. There's the patient game. Has only got a couple of handful of laps to go around though. Can't be too patient. Where we form then? On 80 this time. Again, it's that battery. He's just used his battery. He has no means of deployment in order to make that move stick.
He needs to be a bit more clever, doesn't he, throughout the rest of the lap. Save it up, give it a lift and coast, which has clearly got the pace advantage to catch him and pass him.
Yep, just disable the use of the overtake.
It's lift and coast on the motor generator unit that will save some battery and put some back in there. Use it throughout the lap unless he thinks he can come up the back straight, which is so hard to get from on that fast corner. You can't follow anyone out of this shared on lift and coast. Again, he's deployed. See, better off just letting him calculate on DRS. He could close into the sector, then deploy it out of the. Oh, he's making a mistake though.
Oh, Nathan's round.
Of him.
He's
Leave him the pressure. 2 more laps to go.
He's got quite a bit of battery now
Here
as
we
we
go.
run out of this final corner. On the outside,
Before you despair. Surely,
gets to the DRS and gets through. Took him a while, but he got there.
Needs to pull a 1 second gap on him now.
Certainly does. Aaron makes P6 with the retirement on Nathan Newby. Everybody bar 1 in the points as it stands.
With a bit of a slide there. And the overtaker pulling out to the corner to break a bit of gap.
Looks like he's just dropping Eddie now anyway. No, he's clear of him.
Certainly is. I'd be looking for that position. Levo down in 7th. All on his own. Kino again, all on his own. And it's all spaced out at the back. As Pew then, your race leader, enters his final lap down the home straight. Kino retires.
Kino's out. Starts
One
after
last
2.
time into turn 1, takes as much curb as he likes.
Oh, look at that car.
Avoids that curb through turn 2. 3 is nice and neat. He's just cruising out front. He's got nearly 6 seconds.
Rudo set up for second with the tyres going up. Obviously, you've got quite a lot trying to get past that dirty air.
Short shifts throughout this lap here. It's fine on fuel from what I can see. That could well be wrong. He's just taking it easy. Doesn't want any mistakes. Doesn't want to make an error that could cost him that race win. Into the final sector he goes. I would like to say that he's won this at a canter as it stands, but this is more like walking pace. And here he goes then, rounds the final corner to finish first. First, you must finish, and Pew wins the Spanish Grand Prix at a comfortable distance to Rizzo in P2 with Onyx. Oh, and there's Onyx is off. Onyx is off.
Onyx
Onyx is
in the
off.
final corner.
And Eddie's top P3 on
He's
circuit.
still going to get it.
Onyx still makes P3, still makes the podium. What a dramatic ending. Irony P4 in all of that. AD P5, Weary is P6, Lee in P7, very lonely P7. And we watch car number 39 round the final sector. Almighty Cheddar had a solid start to the race, got very unlucky with some safety cars, I do believe in a few instances. Makes P8, scores points on his debut, and Ben, a very low and lonely 9th. What could have been. And Dean then, P10 makes up the rest of the field, everybody scoring points. Irony with the driver of the day, was pushing
like that
very
was
hard.
dramatic.
And there we have then your
Spanish Grand
podium
Prix.
finishers. Pew with a very deserved win. Seems to put his car in the right place at the right time every time. Good on him. Thanks for joining us, guys.